Hi. I'm Marvin. I've been coming here for a while, but I haven't ever shared. Well, my thing's a little different. I guess things started for me about 6 months ago. My wife and I had a baby, and it's been, all the cliches. It's a miracle, but it's been hell in my sleep, because once I'm up, I'm up. So I started getting into late night comment sessions on science forums. Evolution, intelligent design, that kind of thing. Now, I'm actually a neurochemist. I focus on the effects of audio stimuli on brain chemistry, neuroplasticity, and dopamine production as they relate to music, subpartial alpha and beta waves, microtonal phase shifts, Lydian quark compressions, I'm a real dork for this stuff, but for whatever reason, the intelligent design is what really gets me going. So I just go trolling the boards. No, not trolling, really. I actually try to engage, educate a little. But these people, it's just impossible. It's like throwing your mind against a wall. And I get so heated, man. It's like I'm intolerant of unintelligence, My fatal flaw, I might as well be getting mad at people for not being able to do calculus. You take the derivative, fool! I get it. Science is suspect. Look at nutrition. Like the scientific evidence for whether you should eat wheat or not is crazy. Or if acupuncture works, as laymen, we mostly just trust that what we hear from our preferred media and peers is right, but skepticism is a necessary and a healthy trait in a scientist. Or at least that's what I thought. So, a couple nights ago, Cora gets up at like 3 a.m. and it's my turn. My wife had an early morning, so I get her down and I go straight under my cans, put on some binaural meditation beats, and get to it. And I am raging away at someone talking about the evolution of the eye, when suddenly, in my headphones, I start hearing something weird. There's a sort of crystal ringing in the 22,000 hertz range, a sort of tinny electric crackle. It gets me curious, so I export the file, isolate the frequency, pitch shift it, slow it down. And when I do all that, it resolves into the sound of a hushed, new age voice saying,
"Hello, Marvin, I think this is God."
"Hello, Marvin, I think this is God."
Sounds like someone was having a laugh with you.
Right, of course, that's what I thought. But then the voice answers that thought.
No, I'm not having a laugh.
And I thought, well, that's strange because this was recorded audio. It's not streaming live. And then the voice says,
"Well, no, but I'm omnipresent, including in time, so it's all sort of the same thing for me."
So I throw my headphones off and I go to bed. I figured I was exhausted, overworked, But then in the morning, I get a phone call. I thought it might be the nanny running late, but no.
"I'm sorry about last night. This is probably a more normal way to talk to you."
Well, if you're God, a burning bush might actually be more normal.
Ha. No, not that God. That's a version of me, but I'm the one real God. At least I think.
Yeah. So I was starting to freak out a little at this point, but still, I'm definitely not falling for it. So I play along. Well, what makes you think you're God? Can you do some kind of miracle or something? And at that point, my phone turned into a fish.
Okay.
No, not okay.
What kind of fish was it?
I don't know. I don't really know kinds of fish. Like a trout, maybe. It was phone size.
Trout are a bit bigger than that. Yeah, trout like this big.
Like I said, I don't really know fish. But honestly, I'm starting to freak out here, like I'm having a mental episode. So I'm like, get out of the house, get on my bike, head to the lab. When I get there, I find out that everyone else has had the same experience. Susie, Walt, Jillian, Kamala, the two Jacks, they're all freaking out. Kamala says that her phone turned into a kitten, and Jack too says,
well, why didn't we all get kittens?
Well, I knew some of you were allergic.
and we all hear that. God is in all our heads, and we are freaking out.
Don't freak out, don't freak out. I'm sorry, it's never easy making first contact. Look, I'm just gonna come in now.
And then, through the door, walks an 11-year-old girl in a mermaid costume.
What?
She says she's trying appearing as a playful child, so she seems less threatening. But so, we're all just taking it in. And then Walt says,
okay, well, can you do a miracle all of us can see?
so then she rolls her eyes. She has all these very tween affectations. And then the coffee maker turns into a baby pterodactyl.
What?
Yeah, Susie was really into it.
Hey, little buddy, aren't you a long way from home?
She goes over to it with a pencil and tries to get it to bite it, and it's pretty cute. But then we're all just, wait!
What the fuck is going on here? I can do some things, but I'm not sure if I'm actually God. I was hoping you could run some tests and see if these are miracles.
And here's where we start going down the rabbit hole. Now, I'm a devout atheist, but I've always believed that if I was confronted with irrefutable evidence of God, as a good scientist, I would change my mind. And here was my chance to test that, to test my atheism and devotion to rationalism. And I gotta say, we took care of the pterodactyl pretty quick. We had hypotheses. I mean, first off, there's the Jurassic Park amber thing. Other ways DNA can be preserved, or time travel, space-time wormholes, which aren't even that controversial in scientific communities. Or there's molecular printing, just reorganizing the molecules from the coffee maker into the form of a pterodactyl, which is also pretty non-controversial speculative science. Like 30, 40 years from now, we can probably do this.
So you're saying you guys did not take the pterodactyl to be a miracle?
Right. We just postulated that there could be explanations that were beyond our technological capabilities, but not supernatural or holy. So then we're like, okay, what's next? And I gotta say, little God was great. She did whatever we asked.
What else did you ask her to do?
First, we asked for a bunch of basically telekinetic and transformational stuff. All the big Bible cliches, walking on water, water into wine, splitting the Red Sea.
You did that?
Oh yeah, we went to the beach. Plus, little God is really into historical accuracy, so we actually did it in Egypt circa 1400 BCE.
Time travel.
Yeah, wormhole, no big. Then the water, too, no big. Because you're postulating future technologies, space-time distortions, gravity, flux. And then quickly, any of that stuff becomes just not that impressive. I mean, it's certainly impressive, but not miraculous.
It sounds like maybe this is just some very evolutionarily advanced intelligence, right? Where does the God stuff come from?
Well, first, she claims to have created the universe. So we carbon date her, and her age is infinite in both directions, suggesting that she is immortal. But then that actually gets pretty dark, because Jack 1 says,
well, can we kill her?
and we're all like, no. I'm not going to try to kill an 11-year-old child. But then little God just gets up, real calm, and breaks into a full suicide sprint right across the break room, smashing her fucking head right on the fucking metal door. Bam! Oh my God! And she hits the door hard, and there's this awful, awful wet cracking sound. You see her skull get completely smashed in, and there's blood dripping down the door, and bits of brain everywhere, and she is dead, and we're all gonna have nightmares for the rest of our lives. And then we hear the other door open behind us, and there she is. Little God. She saunters in all cool and casual and is all,
See, I'm fine. Wait, and her body is still on the ground?
yeah!
So there's two of her?
Yeah, so there's two of her! But even this else is explained by postulating a whole mess of super advanced tech. I mean, we already know it's easy to form any old heap of molecules into an 11-year-old body. And with DNA printing and cerebral uploading, we had an explanation for any kind of Lazarus stuff she pulled. And as for her soul...
Soul is a matterless, infinite substance that exists outside of time and is constantly separating and reforming.
I don't know, that one kind of turned into semantics. But honestly, at this point, we're starting to doubt everything. Like Kamala starts in on the uncertainty principle. Are our observations affecting the data? Or is middle God manipulating the data? She could be deceiving us by changing the microchips or moving the ink on the whiteboard. She could be corrupting our actual brainwaves. None of us can prove that this wasn't simply a multiplayer VR.
Matrix.
But when you get to that level of skepticism, I mean, of course you know that's a possibility in the back of your head, but you don't live like that. It's paralyzing.
No, I know. But if we're being scientific about the existence of God, then we can't discount those possibilities. I mean, evolutionarily, we are still infants, both mentally and technologically. We haven't even hit singularity yet. Our little 21st century minds can't even begin to conceptualize some of the actual laws of physics. And if we accept that there may be explanations that are simply beyond our own intelligence, then what evidence could she possibly come up with? Clarke's third law.
Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic.
If I could explain away something that by all criteria satisfies any definition of God, then I can explain away anything. Any miracle, any wonder, any feeling, any sense of love or responsibility or moral, just sense of meaning. I look into my daughter's eyes, my wife. What does it mean? We tried so hard to shatter our skepticism, but it was like throwing our minds against a wall. We traveled into black holes, into quarks. We slipped through time backwards and sideways. We created new life forms, living suns. We watched the universe multiply, invert, spiral, disappear. We beheld an infinity of wonders. And yet we sat at our desks in stoic calculation, stripped of awe, paralyzed by the unforgiving relentlessness of our intellect.
You're the hanged man. It's a tarot card. It's supposed to be this thing where everything flips. All the stress and shit of life finally rocks you so hard that you can't take it anymore, and you think and think and think until everything you thought you believed in and everything you thought was essential to you seems wrong. So you strap yourself to a post and you hurt yourself. After the hanged man sees the world for what it is, after she survives the temptations of temperance, devils, and death, she must pass through a cleansing fire. The hanged man must enter the tower and be struck down, annihilated. They say you have to go through that part to get to the really good stuff.
Thank you for sharing, Marvin. Now it's time for tea.